Hi everyone, this is Angela from Hemisphere Dancer Wellness and Travel. Today we're going to do a short beginning / advanced beginning flow to integrate into your routine. I'm going to operate under the assumption that you are already aware of some of our other videos that talk about Pilates alignment, like neutral pelvis or pro-neutral, when you're laying on your belly, finding your neutral pelvis that way. And I'm going to move a little more quickly through some of the exercises in this series. We're going to begin on our back with our knees bent and feet flat on the floor. We're going to begin with just a little pelvic tilt warm up. We'll start by imagining we have a marble in our low belly, and we're going to roll that marble towards our belly button, imprinting or pressing our low belly into the floor, or pulling our low belly into the floor. And then we're going to go ahead and tilt the pelvis, letting that marble roll towards our pubic bone, and so we go into a little arch of the back. And then we'll go ahead, imprint, pressing that low back into the ground as we pull the belly in as we exhale, and then arching the back, going and rolling the marble towards the pubic bone. We're going to do that just one more time, rolling the pelvis in each direction, just warming up that low back area. And then we're going to settle in our neutral, which is our point in between those two places. From here, we're going to go into some bridging. We're going to again roll that marble towards our belly button to press the low back into the ground, imprinting to roll up, continuing to roll up one vertebrae at a time till we lift the hips and get into a nice long diagonal from our knees down to our armpits. Inhaling here at the top. Then we're going to exhale and roll back down one vertebrae at a time. As we start rolling down, we want to try to keep the hips up as high as possible. Exhaling as we roll up. We'll take an inhale here at the top. And then we're going to go ahead and exhale to roll back down. Here at the bottom, we'll inhale again. Exhale, rolling on up. A little inhale as we stay at the top, opening the front of the hips as much as we can. And then exhaling, coming back down. We're going to do this one more time. Inhaling, exhaling, rolling up through the back. Inhaling here at our high point of our bridge. Knees are pointing up straight towards the ceiling still, toes still straight ahead, exhaling, rolling back down. We can always do these bridging series with a ball in between the knees or in between the, or a yoga block in between the knees to help keep the knees from falling out to the side. We're going to do a one-legged bridge now. We're going to keep our right leg on the floor. We're going to bring our left leg to our 90 degrees or tabletop. Inhaling here, we're going to press and lift. Inhaling at the top, exhaling to lower back down. Inhale, exhale, press and lift up. Again, keeping the hips balanced. Exhaling back down. Sometimes I like to keep my hands on my hips as I do this one, as I press and lift up. That way I can feel if things are twisting or tilting or rocking in one direction or the other. Exhale, lift back on up. Inhaling here at the top. And exhaling back on down. Let's change legs to the other side. Inhaling here, we're going to press and lift up. Inhale, exhale to lower back down. Inhale, we'll press and lift on up. Exhaling as we come back down. Again, watching that both sides stay balanced. We usually have one side that's a little stronger than the other, so one side there tends to be a little more wanting to dip off. And exhale, press and lift. Toes are still pointing straight ahead of you. Try not to turn out. Weight is in the whole foot. And one more. Exhale, press and lift. Inhaling to come back on down. From here, let's go ahead and just bring the legs in for a moment. Little rock side to side. And we're going to bring them back to tabletop, reaching our arms. We're going to work our dying bug. So we're going to move on a diagonal. We want to try to keep our core super strong and connected down to the mat below us. We're going to exhale, reach out away. Inhale, coming back to center. We exhale, reach out away. Inhaling back to center. Trying not to move both sides at the same time, but just one diagonal. Really using that breath to pull the core in and down. Exhaling, reaching back. I'm also watching that this leg isn't straightening. Inhaling up. But it's also not just tapping straight down. It's reaching out a little bit to activate my low core. And back. And we're going to do one more time each side. Exhaling back. Inhaling, coming to center. And exhaling back. Inhaling to center. Hug those knees in again with a little rock side to side. From here, we're going to go ahead and take some of our abdominal series. So we're going to go ahead and bring our right leg in, left leg coming out on the diagonal. For this, if you're newer to the work, you can leave the head down. Inhaling, we're going to exhale as we roll up through the spine, then inhale here, exhale, change sides, reaching out nice and long. As I change, I am exhaling each time those legs reach out so I can pull the low belly in. We can also take the head back down for this. That's going to engage our deep transverse abdominals more, and it's going to keep our neck and shoulders from getting in that bad habit of trying to do all of the work. Exhaling out. Anytime you're feeling the neck and shoulders more than the core when you're lifting your head, we should put the head back down so the body knows we want this doing the work, not this. One more each side. And then we rest on down, again hugging the knees in. We'll take our straight leg stretch. From here, we're going to hold the right leg just a little bit above the knee. If you're a little bit tighter in the shoulders, we want to hold a little lower so that we can keep the shoulders away from the ears. We'll again round head and shoulders up, looking out between the legs. We're going to pull twice as we exhale. Inhale to change. Keep the pulling the low belly in. If, again, we're feeling it in the neck and shoulders, we're going to bring the head back down. And we're always thinking about pulling the leg gently and also towards the body, not trying to pull the body towards the leg. The torso stays nice and strong and still. Shoulders are relaxed down, away from your ears. One more on each side, one more right, and one more left. Hugging the knees into the chest, little rock side to side. We're going to take a slow motion crisscross to work our obliques. So this one is going to be slow on purpose. Legs are like our single leg stretch. Right leg in, left leg out. Rounding up, hands stay behind the head here. Watch that the elbows don't squeeze in on the ears. We're going to spiral, thinking of rib coming towards the knee as we exhale and twist around. Inhale. Exhale, reaching nice and long, twisting through the torso. Inhale to change. Exhale, twisting. Inhale to change. Exhale, twisting, reaching really long through that extending leg. Exhale, twisting. Inhale to change. Exhale, twisting, reaching long. Inhale to change. One more time on each side. And last one here. Elbows and shoulders are still nice and soft. Rest down, bringing the knees into the chest with a little rock. We're going to go into our hundreds now. For this, couple variations. We can leave the head down. We'll lengthen the arms and leave the legs tabletop. Or from here, we can extend the legs out while we roll the head up, and we can take it in a fuller version here. Either way, if you feel it in the neck, bringing the head back down to the floor. So starting in here, we'll go ahead, round up, lengthen the arms. We're going to inhale through the nose 5 times. And exhale. Repeating. 3, 4, 5. Exhaling. 2, 3, 4, 5. We can always lower the head. 2, 3, 4, 5. And in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Or head can be up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. And we're trying to keep the torso from moving. We're trying to time the arms with our breath. And one more set, inhaling. And rest down. Knees into the chest. Just take a little spiral stretch, letting the knees fall to the left side. Head can open and turn to the right. We can use our arm for a little counterbalance, trying to keep that right shoulder down. And then we'll come up and across to the other side. From here, we're going to go ahead and roll on up to sitting and swivel ourselves around so that we can come into some of work on laying on our belly. So finding our prone neutral, or our neutral while we're in this direction, we want to think about lengthening this part of our low back. We want to keep thinking pubic bone reaching towards the mat, low back lengthening, shoulders down away from the ears, arms are a little wider from the mat. Legs are close together, but they don't have to be squeezed tight together. Pressing my pubic bone down without squeezing my glutes to help lift my abdominals, engage my core. Then I'm going to inhale and do a little arch up, lifting on up. Exhale, lowering back down. Inhale, lifting both legs. Exhaling back down. Inhaling upper body. Strong core, pubic bone keeps pressing towards the mat. Arms can lift, exhaling down. I'm trying not to press for my arms. Legs both lift, exhaling down. We take upper body again, lifting on up. Arms are hovering, exhaling down. And legs lift, exhaling down. Again, I'm trying to arch from my middle back where I'm a little tighter. Neck stays long. And legs last time. Let's take arms out overhead. Reaching right arm and left leg. I'm still pressing that pubic bone down first to lengthen my low back. Now I'm going to lift my right arm and left leg long. Exhale to lower. And left side. Right arm and left leg. And exhaling down. First side again, right arm, left leg. Reaching long as I lift. And left side, right leg. And one more time. And then let's go ahead and take this into sets of 3 now. So we're going to move a little quicker through it. Still thinking outward lengthening and not lifting real high. Still want to keep pressing my pubic bone down to lengthen my back. We're going to go right, right, lower down. Left, right, lower down. Right, right, and down. Keep pressing pubic bone down towards the floor. Left, right, down. Right, down. And last one, left, and down. From here you can press into your hands to come back towards a child's pose. You can take big toes together and knees wide, just sitting back as far over your heels as feels comfortable for your knees and for your joints. If child's pose is not a good place, you can always come to a chair or a countertop and hold on to that while pressing back into your hips to lengthen the back away from you. Let's go ahead and come to laying on our side. Our bottom leg is going to be bent slightly. Top leg is extended out. We're going to start with our side kick here. We're going to swing the leg forward with a flexed foot, and as it passes back through center, it's going to come with a pointed foot. So again, we want to stay nice and strong through the core, thinking of your breath. Exhaling as I go back. And I'm using my exhales where from forever you feel you're going to wobble more. So if you feel like when you're going back, you want to roll forward, then use your exhale there to keep you strong. If you feel like when you're coming forward, you want to cave back, then use your exhale there to help keep you stronger. Making sure that the head is down on the arm or on the arm this way. You can also even take the head under a small ball, but watching, one thing we want to avoid is propping the head up like this because it's not good for our neck and shoulder alignment. And then from here, let's change it up and go into a flex to lift, point to lower. Side body is long. As I flex and point to lower, what I want to watch is that I'm not scrunching in my side hip here. So I'm trying to move the leg without scrunching up the pelvis. Last 2. And 1. And then I'm going to take some small circles. Again, I want to try to keep my body from wavering around in these circles. Reversing, exhaling. And good, resting there. You can give your hip a little shake out. We'll bring both legs forward. And we're going to do a little open and close of our top leg. What we want to watch is it's the leg opening and closing and not the leg and the pelvis shifting back. A little open and close. And we're going to take 2 more. And from there, we're going to go ahead and roll over onto your back. so that we take a little number 4 stretch, crossing whichever leg you were just working over, and we're gonna hug that knee into the chest, the opposite knee into the chest, so that we get a stretch into the hip and into the back. Just breathing in those hips. You can always also add a little rock, going side to side. You may feel that stretching the hip in a few different places with that rock. And then we're gonna come on up, and we're gonna swing around to our second side. So setting a good setup on this side as well. Extending out with that top leg. Bottom leg can be bent a little bit. Arm, head is down on the arm. And we start with our flexed foot coming forward, pointing to go back. Flex to come forward, and point to go back. Again, using your breath. You can use your top arm for a little support, but do be careful that that shoulder doesn't also roll forward onto the mat. We want to keep it nice wide across the front of the chest. And we have one more time with the kick coming, flexed foot forward and pointing back. And as we get to center, we're going to flex and lift, pointing to lower. Side body stays really long, and pointing to lower. And lengthening out even longer when that leg is lowering down. To point to lower, flexing to lift, and pointing to lower. From here, baby circles. Again, as we circle around, we want to be careful that the whole body isn't wavering. Go ahead, reverse direction. Good, everybody. And then bringing both knees in front, setting on up so hips are stacked, top knee opens, watching we're not rolling back. Good, keeping leg moving, not leg and pelvis. Last two. And we'll go ahead and again roll onto our back, this time crossing that other leg over, whichever one was the one you were working, hugging it back into the chest, breathing into the hips, breathing into the low back, adding, if it feels comfortable, a little rock side to side. And then we'll come up from there. And that is where we'll finish for today. Until next time, thank you, everybody.